Hello, hello, beloveds. Happy 6/6. I wasn't trying to hide behind my book. I was trying to share something with you. Hello, hello. Happy 6/6. I know it's been a while. I wanted to tune in and turn on with you. The reason I was holding up this book in the stacks is because most people don't know that before I was an award-winning psychic medium, I was a librarian. Yes, a librarian. And I actually love being a librarian. Books are a huge part of my life. In fact, much of my adult life, I have done something book related. So I just wanted to say, hey, tune in and turn on with you. Today is 6/6. We are out of Mercury retrograde. We're still feeling some of the shadow. And that's why you haven't seen me, because guess what? When Mercury retrograde goes in, I go in. It's a time of resetting and really reconnecting to ourselves. But I wanted to just tune in and turn on with you because books are such a huge part of my life. Hey, beloved, I see you, Tiffany. And, to become a librarian, it definitely means that books mean something to me. I mean, look at the title of this book. It's a book about libraries and librarians, right? I am such a word nerd. I am such a bookworm. But, the thing is, one of the things I loved about being a librarian, and I should tell you, I graduated in 1998 as a librarian. I had to remember back when did I become a librarian? So it was actually in 1998 I became a librarian. At the ripe age of 28, I was the youngest. I was the only black woman. I was, so many things when I went to library school. But I knew then what I know now, and that books change things. And so let me share a little bit of my journey and why I'm sharing all this about being a librarian in the first place. But one of the first books that really started to, there's countless thousands of books, of course, and there's my favorite authors, Maya Angelou, Toni Morrison, I can go on and on about my favorite authors, but the books that really started to change things for me in my life were, big books, but that's not the point. The point is how they had me change my life, how I saw them, and then they made me make a shift, right? So the first one that made me make a huge shift was The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, one of my favorite authors, favorite books ever. And I always try to get back into it around my birthday time because The Alchemist really reminds me and that we are all alchemists, and it is our opportunity, it is our choice to become the alchemists of our lives. And so The Alchemist is one of those books that really changed me in such a way. It changed the way I thought about myself. It changed my spiritual experience. It changed so much. And so The Alchemist, and one of the reasons that I love it is because it reminded me of who I was. And so how this changed me is, one of the first times that I wanted to go travel and get my passport is because I wanted to see some of those visions. And most people also don't know that I have lived in several different countries before settling down here in Mexico. And actually, even getting here to Mexico was a part of my story. So let me continue. And so, when I traveled through Spain, and in Alchemist, he talks about the Andalusian mountains, which are in Spain, and going through there and going into Morocco and things. And I've done those things. And so I've lived some of my alchemist experiences. And then the next book that really changed, and wait, let me digress. The book, the first time I read The Alchemist, I was on my way to yoga school. So I also am a certified yoga teacher. And so I read The Alchemist. I was in yoga school for a month in an ashram. And it really changed so many things for me. And then but before I went to yoga school, how I got to yoga school was the second book that